Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California, a member of the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, thank you so much for your time.
You bet.
You know, in your recent comments, you said whether I can support the agreement will hinge on our ability to verify that Iran is complying and whether we have timely access to any site of Iran's potential nuclear development activities, including venues controlled by the Iranian military. For many, that is the sticking point there. Venues controlled by Iran's military, which are not part of that deal.
Well, this is a very key concern, and it's a concern not only because the broader provisions of the agreement that pertain to the enrichment activities, but actually the easier thing to hide and cheat would be the military applications. So computer modeling of a nuclear explosion, some of the weapons research that is precluded by this agreement. Would we really have eyes on that kind of research and development activities if it takes place at a military site? So that's a key question. I think the questions really fall in three buckets. The one that you mentioned, which is how enforceable is this really? What is our capacity to detect Iranian cheating? And that's both an agreement question as well as an intelligence question. And then the second bucket is how do we push back against what Iran is going to use some of this money for, which is support of Hezbollah, support of Hamas, interference in Yemen, and most significantly at the moment, what it's doing in Iran to continue that civil war there. And then finally, and perhaps most important of all, is there a plausible alternative? So those are, I think, the three buckets of questions that most members are asking.
Absolutely. And you have critics who say, will we be back at this same point in about 10 years? And their belief is that the United States felt pressure to our European allies who need Iran, who are focused on their energy issues. And obviously, Iran in a desperate situation because of sanctions, but still having some leverage here over Europe, thus co-opting, in a sense, the deal that the United States really should have pursued.
Well, and this is something I think most of us are grappling with, which is we have to try to separate the questions about what kind of deal could we have gotten, what if we had done this differently or negotiated this differently, or had a credible military threat. The reality is we have the agreement we have before us. The what-ifs at this point don't add a lot of value to the discussion and debate. Is this agreement worth entering into, or is it not? Ultimately, that's the decision we have to make.
And just quickly, 59 days here left to review the deal. Congress expected to vote to reject the deal. The president vetoed the resolution here. What are you hearing from your Democratic colleagues? As we know, there's a heavy lobby going on both sides, but specifically yours.
Well, you know, I think there's a big block of our members that are already prepared to support the president and to support the agreement. There is also a block of members that may be decisive here that still have yet to make a decision, that want to continue to go through. And there are a lot of documents here. There are the classified, the unclassified documents, all the annexes, as well as have the filter of the experts out there to talk about what does this provision really mean? Is it really something that we can implement? So I think members are working painstakingly through this. We're undoubtedly going to be barraged at home in our districts. I am already. And that just comes with the territory. But this is probably one of the most significant decisions we're going to make. It really is a decision potentially of war or peace, and we ought to take the time to get it right.
Thank you very much, Congressman Adam Schiff of California. Great pleasure having you on today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, new polls show